Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is actually May 1st and I'm going to do my May TBR. We're going to choose it today. So I don't know what I did with my phone actually. Got it. Okay, so today we're going to do May TBR and my dog is right here. You can't see her because she's staying out of the video, but she's probably going to be a distraction, like normal. But first, we're going to talk about the books that were on my TBR last month and if I read them or not. So, the first one, I don't remember the order. I don't remember. I'm trying to think of like what, I need to start writing it down, what they're chosen for, or if they came out of my jar or whatever. But anyways, I think Dancing at the Pity Party, a Dead Mom graphic memoir. That was one that was like a kid pick, which my daughter picked it for me. She was nice to me, chose the only graphic novel that's on my TBR cart so that it would be easier for me. She had read it before, so this was the kid pick. I believe Winter Garden was the one. Let's see, the prompt was something about a place, like a place was in the title, and I was like, garden, a garden is a place. So that was what that one was. And then, oh, the last one that was like a prompt was a genre that I don't typically read, which I chose The Loveliest Woman in America, which was a biography, I believe. I'm pretty sure, now I'm not remembering exactly, but anyways, biography. So, and then out of my handy dandy TBR jar, I drew The Lost, The Handmaid's Tale, and I drew The Vanderbeekers to the Rescue, which was the next in the Vanderbeeker series. I think I have one left to read. Maybe? Or maybe I only had 3. No, I feel like I have one more to read. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so those were the 3 that were from my jar. These were the 3 that I did from prompts. So 6 books total. I read 5 of them. I started The Handmaid's Tale and I seriously did not get far at all. I was just really struggling with it. I don't know. I got this one, a used copy at some used bookstore, and it has a lot of writing in it. I think someone had to write, probably they had to read it in college or something like that, and they wrote in it a lot of notes, and it was very distracting. So I'll probably get rid of this copy and maybe someday get another copy, or just not read it. I don't know. I've yet to decide. I feel like I'm never gonna read it, but if you think that I should, if you disagree with me, then maybe, you know, let me know. But I'll probably get rid of this one. I didn't read it this month, and I don't usually do penalties. I don't think I've done penalties, but I mean, I'm gonna get rid of this one. So, The Vanderbeekers to the Rescue. Once again, it was super cute. I really like this series. It's a really cute, wholesome, middle grade series. And it made me want to like open a bakery or something. These kids, they live in this brownstone. Their mom bakes out of their home, and they were set to have an inspection at the house. They do have a lot of animals, and when the mom was at home, the inspector came. He saw the animals. The kids had kind of made a mess or whatever, and he took away the license or whatever. So they didn't want the mom to know. So they planned a new one. Anyways, they had this whole plan to fix the situation, and it basically didn't get fixed. Someone kept secretly dropping off animals at their house, and they couldn't figure out why or who was doing it. It was a whole big thing, but the ending was super adorable, and it was like, oh, I want to do that. So I'm not going to tell you in case you want to read it, but it was very cute. So I'm going to keep that one, of course. The Lost, it's a typical Natasha Preston. Not great, not horrible. It was good. I mean, I have 3 or 4 of her other books, so I'll keep this one as well for now. It was like a typical 3.5 maybe stars. The Loveliest Woman in America, I kind of expected it to be better than it was. And I mean, it's a true life situation, so I don't really want to rate it or say that it was bad. It just wasn't, it didn't hold my attention like I had wished it would. It was fine. I'm not going to rate it because real life, that would be mean. But I don't know that I'll keep this copy. I might unhaul it. Make room for more on my shelf. Winter Garden, Kristen Hanna. Of course, it was, you know, heartbreaking and lovely and all that stuff and rough situations. The history, the historical fiction part of it gets me every time in her book, so I really enjoyed it. It was great. And Dancing at the Pity Party was pretty good too. I don't know that I would call it like a 5-star. It was good, and it was also, I mean, it literally is a memoir. So like, once again, it's real life. I'm not going to be like, this is horrible, because I mean, it was sad. It was very sad. But it was also very good. So there's that. So that was what I did last month. Those are 6 books. I actually read quite a bit more than that. I think I've read 12 books total in the month of April. But I will do like an April wrap up at some point, so I'm not going to talk about all those. But I think we're just ready to figure out what I'm going to read in May. So I think we'll start with the prompts, and then we'll go to my jar later. So let's see. Hey, reader. Create a new TBR. Oh wait, back up. I do that every time. Random prompt, that's what I do. We're gonna do the wheel because I like the wheel better. So, I'm gonna spin that sucker. Ready, go. I don't know if you can see it. A book with a map. I think I've gotten this one before. I sure hope that one of these has a map in it. Is that a map? That's a map. The Miniaturist. That's the first one I grabbed. It has a map, so that's a maybe. Ooh, the book Woman of Troublesome Creek also has a map. So, I mean, do I care to even keep going? Because why? When those already have maps, right? Let's go with the Miniaturist, because I already know for a fact I'm going to read this one. So why not add another, right? So we're going to go, we'll put this right here. We're going to go with The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. I have no clue what this is about. My daughter had picked it actually for herself at one point, and then decided she didn't want it after all and gave it to me. So she's like, do you want this? I'm like, sure. I think it's historical fiction. Let's see. The Washington Post said Burton gives her narrative the propulsive drive of a thriller, but her distinctive prose conveys deeper, harder answers than a whodunit. This fine historical novel mirrors the fullness of life in which growth and sorrow inevitably are mingled. So, okay, there's my first pick. All right, let's move on to the next one. Get another prompt. Spin. Seasonal. Seasonal. Can you see it? It's not wanting to focus. There you go, seasonal. I mean, it's almost summer. Do I have anything about summer? I mean, I have to read this one for a review. It's The Season of Singing. I literally know nothing at all about it, so that's a maybe, but it has the word season. I don't think that's really what it means, but that's okay. Seasonal. Love and Gelato. Isn't that like takes place in the summer? Yeah, spending the summer in Tuscany. So I'm a teacher. I have literally a week left of school where I am, and then it's like summer vacation. So maybe I'll do Love and Gelato. Does that sound like a good idea? I think I'm gonna do Love and Gelato for my seasonal pick. So I have one more Hey Reader prompt, and then we'll move on to my jar. And if you remember, I don't have much luck with my jar. An author you've never read. Okay, an author I've never read. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of those on my book list, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's make it easy on myself. I have to read this for review. 12 Weeks to Midnight Blue. It's like a middle grade also. It's by Steve Searfoss. I've never read that author ever. But since I have to do this for a review anyways, let's just pick that one. Now we're going to do my jar. And hope I get lucky this time, because it turns out a lot of times that I will pick one that is a book I've already read. So hopefully that won't be the case, and I usually have to pick and pick and pick. So there's one. All right, ready? The Girl in the Ice. I have, can you see it? The Girl in the Ice. Well, forget it. Trust me, it's The Girl in the Ice. That one I have not read yet. It is right here. So, a gripping serial killer thriller. All right. Next, let's put this paper in here. All right, next. This one. It says, a portrait, can you see it? Why? It won't focus. A portrait of Emily Price. Just trust me, that's what it says. And that's right here. I think my daughter gave this one to me too. I really have no clue what it's about either. She's an art restorer. Anyways, that's that. We're gonna do one more. Ready? That's a blank one. Okay, let's see, what is this? This Is Where I Leave You. What is This Is Where I Leave You? Do I even still own that book? Oh, yeah, I do. It's right here. This Is Where I Leave You, a novel by Jonathan Tropper. I think I was supposed to read this one a long time ago, and it didn't happen. So we'll see if it happens this time. So there we go. Let's put the lid back on my jar, and I'll hold up the books that I'm going to read this month. Right here. So we have This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. A Portrait of Emily Price by Catherine Ray, I believe. The Girl in the Ice by Robert Brinza. 12 Weeks to Midnight Blue by Steve Searfoss. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. And The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. So, here's my TBR for I almost said February. Oh my goodness, I'm going backwards. Here's my TBR for May. And like always, I just picked 6 books so that I can have plenty of time for mood reads as well. There's a lot of change happening this summer for me, so I'm hoping that I still have plenty of time to read. That there's a chance that I won't have a ton of time to read, so we'll see what happens. This is gonna kind of be like possibly the test month, I guess, to see how well I can do. Normally I can read a lot in May when school is out. I can do a lot of reading in May, June, and July, and then school starts back up in August and I kind of have to reacclimate. But this May is gonna be a little bit different, so I'll possibly be able to talk about that later, but hopefully I can at least get these 6 and then have time for some mood reads. So I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.